Hi, Kim West, the Sleep Lady, and today I'm going to answer Dana's question. Dana emailed in with this email. Hi, I have a 16-month-old son who's been having sleep issues a lot lately. Ever since he transitioned to one nap because he moved up to the toddler room at daycare. He naps for about an hour and a half to 2 hours starting at 11:30 a.m. He goes to bed between 6 and 6:30 p.m., but he's been waking up at 6, and today it was 4. I let him cry and fuss until 6, but it's disruptive on my sleep, my husband's, and my 10-year-old stepdaughter to have my son crying for 2 hours nonstop. I don't blame you. When I do go get him, he wants to drink milk and he has a dirty diaper. However, even if I just went in there to feed and change him, he stays awake. He did it the other day after waking at 4 a.m., being given milk and being changed. The past weekend, I put him to bed at 5 one night, and he woke up at 1:30 to have milk and then woke up at 5 a.m. I cannot do the bedtime any earlier because I work full time, and I don't even get home until about 5:30. I tried a later bedtime the other night, which is when he woke up at 4, and he would go back to sleep even after and he wouldn't go back to sleep even after being fed and changed. He is not well rested, and he's cranky and clingy on the mornings when he wakes up between 4 and 5. I feel that having only one nap has really messed him up, but I can't do anything about that either. That's how the daycare structures it for this age group, and I'm at my wit's end. Dana, thank you for writing in. This is a really common question, and it's tough. And I'm not exactly sure why daycares do that. I mean, I have some ideas that it has to do with regulations that they go by age. Like at 1 year old, you go into the toddler room and you get transitioned to one nap, or at 15 months, when really it shouldn't be by age. The average age to transition to one nap is between 15 and 18 months of age. So it's not everybody goes to one nap at this age. So I would talk to them and tell them what kind of problems you're having. Not obviously in great detail, but say, look, he's overtired. He's not ready for one nap. Is there any way that he could go back to the other room just for the morning nap? Or just for the 2 naps, and spend the rest of the day in the toddler room. Even if it's every other day, that would help. Okay, find out. I really think that good daycares should work with you. Every child is different, and you want to find out, what they're capable of. And it's worth asking. If, let's say, you can't change daycare, you don't want to, they won't budge, and you work full time, then I would see if there any way that they could push the nap to 12 noon. Because again, you might even, give him a chapter on my book, or give him the text box about early rising causes. That early of a nap, I bet you're not the only parent having this problem. You could even find that out too, if they could just scoot the nap a little bit later. And then the other thing is, if possible, for the next couple of months, if you or your husband could pick him up a little bit earlier, just a couple days a week, so maybe he could take a tiny little car nap, like 4, so he could make it to bedtime at 7, so we can catch up somehow. It's not ideal, but I've definitely worked with parents to try to fill the sleep tank as best we can, because you're absolutely right. We want to try to not put him to bed at 5:30, because what if he sleeps from 5:30 to 5:30 a.m.? It's conceivable that he's rested. Okay, a couple of other points I noticed in here. Make sure, it wasn't clear to me whether he's having milk at bedtime, but again, you want to not ideally have milk right before going to bed, or if he does have milk, you want to brush teeth and then have stories and into bed awake. That's really important, because if he doesn't know how to put himself to sleep at bedtime awake, he won't know how to do it at 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning, as he's even showing you, even if you do, change his diaper and give him some milk. The other thing is, of course, you don't want him sleeping with milk on his teeth. Definitely can cause cavities. He probably has a few teeth by now at 16 months, and we don't want to go down that route either. And then a final thing, of course, is to make sure he goes down awake. This will help. Okay, so this will help with the early rising if you focus on awake at bedtime during the week and on the weekends, and then during the weekends when he's with you, then just go with 2 naps a day. I mean, it's not ideal, but it can help fill his sleep tank a little bit. You'll probably have better nights on Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday, and then it starts to dissipate as he becomes more sleep deprived during the week. But it will definitely help somewhat. Okay, I hope that helps, Dana.